Hello, everybody. You're listening to test number 1. It is
cold as hell
in Wagner, South Dakota. For those of you that want to look it up on your map, it is on there. You can find it. Yeah,
it's spring.
You can. It's spring, but for some reason, it's pretty much like
it's fucking gonna snow.
It's near freezing.
It's a South Dakota spring.
Yeah, it's a South Dakota spring exactly. So anyway,
at least we're not out west.
We are
talking about Batman vs Superman today. Dawn of Justice. I think that's the title. No, Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice.
Batman versus. No.
I always said versus, but you gotta say BvS on the internet. I don't know.
BvS.
Yeah, people correct you. What I want to hear from you is.
I always call it the story of Jesus.
Your opinion.
Are you speaking to Loli now?
Huh?
Loli.
Yeah.
Loli.
Try not to get too frantic.
He'll get
at it. I wanted to hear what you thought about Lex Luthor and BvS because I have no idea of who Lex Luthor is supposed to be because I don't really read Superman, and I know you're pretty versed in Superman comics, maybe.
I picked up a few Superman comics when I was in my youth, but
I know you had like all of Smallville.
I was all into Smallville, the TV series. Yeah. But to me, the thing about Lex Luthor is he's consistent just about in everything. Practically the best examples of Lex Luthor would be the Batman, the Animated Adventures, Lex Luthor. How he's almost like like an older Batman that's bald and very smart. I mean, Batman's already very smart. But
if Bruce Wayne grew old and wasn't Batman.
And he was all about money.
If he actually took over Wayne Industries, like, instead of, like, just sitting back.
Well, it's almost like in some versions of the comic and the animated, he actually does take over Wayne Industries. He spearheads it to different directions, but he does rely on a lot of other people.
Like in an alternate world, if he didn't be Batman, he just fronted
he's
his
like
company like Lex.
Bill
They
Gates.
could be like rivals.
They'd still be at it, you know.
Yeah, but in a different way.
Probably that's something to explore to see if they have some type of alternate Elseworld comic where they actually go head to head in a corporate.
In the corporate world, like in
kind of like Bill Gates and
I've never heard of Lex Luthor
and Steve Jobs
or Luthor Corp going against Wayne Tech or whatever it's called.
Wayne Industries.
Wayne Industries, yeah.
But with Bruce Wayne like running it like fully, like he never got all like sad about his parents like that. He was just a normal guy who grew up, you know, to take over Wayne Industries like he was supposed to, instead of like going off and disappearing for
I'd
like
imagine
6 years.
his parents.
So it's like the white collar son, or instead of red son, it's like white collar son. Or...
Yeah. Wall Street Batman.
Wall Street son.
Yeah, see, like that. That's
that would be interesting to read, like as not necessarily as like a action stories. Like it's like, well, Garth Ennis or someone wrote this comic about Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne. What's it about? Yeah, they go at it in the corporate financial markets of the stock market, and they battle. So they fight? No. They trade. They trade stocks.
Yeah,
okay, so but what's the fight scene? Well, there's this panel by panel page spread of them telling when to sell, and when to buy, and then when to sell again, and then you turn the page and oh my God, he sold again.
Yeah, you could strip it down that far.
It'd be so interesting.
But you could also take it to where they Lex is still kind of like, I imagine he's a villain kind of, and he would do evil things, and Bruce would still like combat those evil things, but in a different way, and not as like a caped superhero. Like
he would have his corporation come and do some relief work, or
he'd have like drone strikes and shit, like, you know.
We need to hire a stealth guy to help take down some of Lex Luthor's stuff that he does. Should we give him like a suit, like a black suit? Can we give him like bat ears or something?
He'd almost be like Iron Man, like Tony Stark and Iron Man in the beginning, like, because I mean, eventually it's almost like he would end up being that anyway. He would be basically Tony Stark spearheading the whole Stark Industries type thing, but except he developed Batman as like almost like a weapon or deterrent against like what Lex is doing, and then it ends up almost becoming another persona of himself. It's like, fuck this, I'm gonna just take this over and fucking run it myself. Nobody can do it as good as I can anyway.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's like no matter what, he's like destined to become the Batman.
And that's how I go about fighting this type of Lex Luthor, which is not the Lex Luthor we have in BvS. Getting back to topic.
I wonder if that's like a new 52 thing, or like something that the DCU creators know, where they're like, in this universe, Superman was raised by Russia, or in this universe, Wonder Woman did this, or they went bad. But like in all the universes, Bruce Wayne just becomes Batman, and he's always good.
Always
like,
Batman.
It's like,
no,
oh no, Batman's a renegade. He's a
Batman's
bad guy.
not
He's
good or evil in a way.
Yeah, he's just justice. Like he's not.
Yes.
He's not like, I'm gonna help you, but I'm gonna beat you first.
I watched a lot of the Justice League Unlimited, and I love how they bring up like Elseworld storylines, and it's like almost every one of them where they go back in time, they go forward in time, there's alternate reality or something like that. They always end up finding a Batman, and the Batman is still, no matter what, fighting for justice, not really taking sides, but he's very skeptical of everything. And at the same time, he's still super smart and
has all these fucking backup plans, and he's still
affluent in almost everything.
While this tractor's going by, I'm gonna pause it for a second.
No, it's rural America. Get used to the fucking tractors and the cows in the background.
This
No, wait, don't pause it. Oh,
Actually,
no.
I don't think I can pause it. Well, sorry, folks. You're gonna have to deal with the loud noise for a second. Oh, it's fine. It's gone.
That wasn't even the tractor.
That was the tractor, people. That was the tractor's noise. But,
The cow goes moo.
so yeah, it's an interesting idea, and that Batman will always be Bruce Wayne will always be Batman no matter what, and Lex will be Lex or whatever. Superman.
My opinion on Lex Luthor is I like him in the Batman versus Superman. I like him in the beginning, but he isn't exactly to me he's not up to par with the Lex Luthor of other incarnations of the animated, the comic book. He's just
He's not Kevin Spacey. Is what
He's
you're
lacking
saying.
in a certain aspect. No, he is no Kevin Spacey. He does have a certain something about him. Like
I only mentioned Kevin Spacey because I know you love Superman Returns, and I, for one, am one of the people who really. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I'm just like, it's a movie. I guess it made DC some money.
well,
But I know you personally like it. Like you like Superman Returns a lot.
I can honestly say that I'm old enough that I remember the Supermans with the Christopher Reeve coming out in the movie theaters. Not that I was like that old, but I was young enough to actually go and experience it. And then later when they came out on Laserdisc, and then later on DVD or VHS DVD, I practically picked up every version because I was always in love with Batman and the way that it was portrayed with Christopher Reeve.
You mean Superman? You said Batman.
Fuck. Anyway, yes, you're right. Just scrap it all. No.
That's another job of mine. I'm a fact checker. I'm gonna be fact checking.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Yeah, there's always got to be someone on these podcasts who
Adam
checks
West.
stuff like, what's the movie? What's the birth date of this guy? What day was he born? Oh, he's born on a Tuesday.
See,
Thank you, fact checker. Now we know.
Fact check.
Fact checker. We now know that he was born on a Tuesday, and that's when he. Anyway. So,
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
So it was a 2.5 hour long movie from Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder.
Well, Zack Snyder does come out with some really good movies, but this take, I mean, overall I enjoyed the movie. No, don't cut that part, because
We'll cut that out. Don't worry.
I really don't think he portrays Batman properly. Not just Batman, because technically anybody can be in the suit. The suit is a symbol, and anybody can be in it. But with Ben Affleck being Bruce Wayne, just really doesn't pull it off as well. He's more like a